Good morning, one and all. Present over here, I, Hina Gupta, Assistant Professor from Department of Mathematics, ITM. Today, we are going to discuss Unit First. The name of Unit First is Sets, Relation, Function and Theorem Proving Technique. The topic on which we discuss today in this video is Introduction of Subsets and its type. So this is lecture number 3. Let's see what we have in this video. First, outlines. Prerequisite of topic, real life examples, definition of subset. After that, we discuss about types of subset, especially proper and improper subset. Apart from that, we have also discussed about power set with example, universal set, cardinality with example. After that, exercise on topic, learning outcomes, references. So these are the outlines of this video, and one by one we will discuss. First, prerequisite of topic. For this video, you have a basic knowledge about set. What is set? What is well-defined objects? What is set? How many types of sets are there? What is empty set? What is unit set? So you have a basic knowledge about set, types of set, representation of set, and we have already discussed these topics in my previous video. Now come to real life example, where we use set theory in real life. What is the application of set theory? Set theory is basically used in computers. In computers, run software, and we can also use for store files. The software and files are both stored as huge string of ones and zeros. So binary math in discrete mathematics. We also use set theory in encryption and decryption. It is a part of cryptography which is used for hide a message. It's also a part of discrete mathematics, and we use in secure internet shopping, public key cryptography. So this is the example. We also use in Google Maps to determine fastest driving routes and times. So these are the real life application of set theory. Now come to subset. Now definition. The set A is a subset of B if and only if every element of A is also an element of B. In other words, we can say every element which are present in set A is also a member of set B. Then we can say A is a subset of B. The notation is like that. A is a subset of B. Here A is a subset and B is called superset, which implies that if X belongs to capital A, it implies that X is also belongs to capital B. So this is the definition of subset. Now Now understand the definition of subset with the help of example. In example, we are having two sets, capital A, in which 3 elements are there, 1, 2 and 3, and in capital B 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then point number first, A is a subset of B because each element of A is the element of B. So we can easily see here in set A 1, 2, 3, only 3 elements, and these 3 elements also in the set B. So we can easily say A is a subset of B. But if we consider point number second, B is a subset of A. No, it's not possible because in set B, if you see 4 and 5, 2 elements are also there. But 4 and 5 are absent in set A. So it is not possible B is a subset of A. So this is not, because all elements of set B is not an element of A. So in this case, we can say A is a subset and B is the superset of A. Now come to next topic, types of subset. Basically, subsets are of two types. First is proper subset and second is improper subset. Now, first we are going to discuss proper subset. So the definition says the term proper subset can be defined as subset of but not equals to. This is the definition. We can say in another words, a set X is a proper subset of Y if every element of X is an element of Y. And we can also write as cardinality of X is less than cardinality of Y. It means that the number of elements in set X is less than the number of elements in set Y. In that case, we can say X is a proper subset. So this is the definition. Now come to example. A, B, C. We are having 3 sets and all are non-empty. In set A, 3 elements are there, 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, set B having 2 elements, 1 and 2, and C having 2 and 3. Now, we can easily consider the set B is a subset of A and B does not equals to A. If we see the set B, only 2 elements are there, 1 and 2, and all these 2 elements are also a member of set A. So here the condition is follows here. Then we can say B is a proper subset of A because every element of set B is also a member of set A. So this is the definition of proper subset. Now come to improper subset. We can understand this set by an example. If capital A having 3 elements, 1, 2 and 3, and the set D is also having 3 elements, 1, 2 and 3. So you can see here the number of elements in set A and D both are equal. Now we find D is a subset of A, that is D is a improper subset of A because D is also equals to A. It's a subset of A and it's also equals to A. So both the conditions follow here. So in this case, D is a improper subset of A. Now power set. Given a set A, the power set of A is the set of all subsets of the set A. In other words, we can say power set is a collection of all the possible subsets of A. And the power set is denoted by P of A. So this is the notation of power set. Hence, P of A is equals to X such that X is a subset of A. So this is the definition of power set. If we define in a simple word, power set is a collection of all the possible subsets of A. Now come to example. In example, capital A is having 3 elements 1, 2 and 3. So P of A is equals to 5, 1, 2, 3. First we take individual element. After that we take combination 1, 2 is also a subset of A. 2, 3 is also a subset of A. 3, 1 is also a subset of A. And at last we take full subset, full set. Because we know that every set is a subset of itself. Now this is the collection of all the subsets, all the possible subsets of the set A. Then it's denoted by P of A. And we know that empty set is a subset of every set. Now one important note to discuss. The number of elements of a proper set of a set A which contain of n elements is 2t power n. It means that the set having 3 elements, so the value of n is equals to 3. Now, the number of possible subsets in a power set 2 की power 3 is equals to 8. So, number of possible subsets is 8. So, we can check in P of A we are having 8 subsets. So, in this way we can also find how many possible subsets of a given set with the help of 2 की power n. Now, universal set. Sometimes all the sets which we have to deal are the subset of basic set, which is called a universal set. So if we are having some subsets and these subsets which we are deal comes from a basic set, then we can say the basic set is called universal set and it is denoted by capital U. Example, capital U is equals to A, B, C, D up to X, Y, Z. So we are having 26 alphabets. Here U is the set and A, B, C, D all are elements of the set. So for the set capital A, we have made some sets. Capital A is equals to A, E, I, O, U. So this is the subset of capital U. Capital U is, we can say it's a universal set, because all these sets, if we consider A, B, C, is set A is a collection of vowels, set B is a collection of 4 elements A, C, D, G, and set C it's a collection of X, Y, Z. So these are the subsets and which comes from a basic set which is equals to U. Then in this case we can say U is a universal set. Now cardinality of a set. Now the definition of cardinality. The cardinality of a set is denoted by mod of S is the number of elements of the set. So cardinality means that the number of elements in the set. The number is also referred as the cardinal number, and the number we can say it's a cardinal number of the set. If a set has an infinite number of elements, so its cardinality is infinite. So basically cardinality are of also two types. First is finite cardinality and second one is infinite cardinality. If a set having finite number of elements, then we can say its cardinality is finite. But if a set consists of infinite number of elements, then we can say its cardinality is infinite. Now consider some examples over here. Set A. Set A consists of 4 elements 1, 4, 3, 5. So we can easily check it's a finite set because it's having a finite number of elements. So capital A, it shows the cardinality is equals to how many elements in the set A? 4. So it is 4. The cardinality is 4, the set A, and 4 is called cardinal number. Similarly, if we consider the set B, the set B consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, which is goes to infinite. So we can easily check here the number of elements which are present in the set B is infinite. So the cardinality of set B is also infinite. It's a collection of natural number, so its cardinality is infinite. So we have discussed just two sets. First is for finite cardinal number and second is for infinite cardinal number. Now students, this is the exercise for you in which I have given two questions. In first question I have given 3 sets and you have to find out the universal set for these sets. And in second question you have to prove that A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A. Then you have to prove that A is equals to B. So this is the exercise for you and you have to do that, and we will discuss in class. Now learning outcomes. This is very important. What we have learned from this video. So we have learned so many important points from this video. We have learned about power set. We have learned about cardinal number, cardinality. We have learned about universal set. And in this video we have also learned about proper set, proper subset, when we can say a set is a subset. So we have learned these topics. Now, apart for that, we have also learned these points, which I will deliver. The first point is the empty set is a subset of each set. So this is very important point. So each set having at least one subset, which is equals to empty set. So the empty set is a subset of each set. I think this point is clear to you. Now come to the next point. Every set is a subset of itself. Suppose we are having a set which is equals to A are having 1, 2. So this is the set, and we can also, A is also a subset of A itself. Now point number 3, phi is a finite set. The number of elements in this set is 0, which is a definite number. Yeah, 0 is also a definite number. So phi, we can say it's a finite set. It comes in the category of finite set, because in this the number of elements in the set is 0, and we can count 0. It's a definite number. Now next one is 0 is a singleton set. A singleton set is, we can say, in this set only having one element. This set consists of only one element, then we can say it's a singleton set. So 0 is also a singleton set. Now at last, the number of elements of a power set of a set A which contain of n elements be 2 की power n. I have discussed in this point in power set, but this is very important. Suppose if we want to find out the subset, the power set of capital A, which is equals to 1 and 2. So the set having 2 elements, 1 and 2. So 2 की power 2, because the value of n is 2. So we get 2 की power 2, which is equals to 4. So in power set, the number of subsets are having 4. First one is 5, second one is 1, third one is 2, and at last 1, 2, because every set is a subset of itself. So we are having 4 subsets in power set of A. Now here are some books which is very beneficial to enhance your knowledge about discrete structure. This book gives you logical approach and give a concept which is very helpful to understand the logic behind the discrete structure. So I suggest you to read these books for better understanding this topic. So this is the last slide for my side. Thank you for everyone for listening me. I hope you enjoyed this video. You learned so many concepts about subset, sets, different types of subsets, universal set we have discussed, power set, and many more concepts. So watching this video, and in the next video we will discuss about Venn diagrams, and with the help of Venn diagram we find union, intersection, difference between two sets and all these operations with the help of Venn diagrams. So keep watching on and see you soon in the class.